Gonna wait for Daddy to tell us that we're ready to start.
I think that we are on. All right, are we live? Can you see?
Yeah, I can.
You can? Jay? Having trouble with the video, so take that off Wi-Fi.
That's kind of hurting my arm. You see me?
It says that we're
What?
live on there.
What? Oh, okay, well just look at your mat instead.
You see me?
It's okay, she'll move. Chloe, I want you to not worry about it, and you're not allowed to talk to Livy, okay? Okay, Winnie will be fine. She'll be fine. It's still black. Girls, can you sit up and get ready? We have 1 minute, Jane, so sit up and be
I
ready.
think that we are live. On Instagram, we are on.
Is it working, Lexa?
They said it's black and it won't load.
Are we gonna be on
Loading the
TV?
video, so.
Mama, we're gonna be on TV.
We already are.
I
Yeah,
think we're live
Instagram
on,
and Facebook
though.
and-
Sorry, we don't know what we're doing without Danny and Retha.
We still have 1 minute.
Wait. Why does it matter when we're doing it, when we start?
Because we have a time that it starts at 9:30.
Can I focus? Wait.
No, listen to me. It's already on. No, we talked about it before. Thank you.
So Instagram says that we are on. Can you still see anything on there?
Am I heard on Facebook and YouTube?
You're good on Facebook.
Are people saying that they can't hear?
On YouTube, they say I see.
They say what?
I see and hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome, we've got audio.
We're good on
Hi, Winnie.
Facebook and YouTube. Just
Are you gonna do yoga with us?
Will you text
She's
Retha
fine.
and tell her to message
Chloe,
you?
please stop. Okay,
what?
thank you. She'll be fine. Did you shut it off and start it
says
over?
Pause due to poor connection.
Are you connected to Wi-Fi?
Yeah, what else do we have on Wi-Fi?
I don't know, I disconnected mine.
Okay, I disconnected mine. We should be reconnecting.
Yeah, Facebook and YouTube both hear you, but people are saying that
All right, sorry Facebook. Sorry Instagram. If anybody's on there.
Retha just says stop Instagram and start it again.
Yeah, I did that, but it just says pause due to a poor connection. It just
Did you like
keeps
exit out of Instagram, swipe it up, totally disconnect out of it?
reconnecting. Yeah.
Winnie wants to do yoga.
Sorry, we're getting ready to do kids yoga for those of you that are just joining us. So hang tight just 1 sec. We're trying to get Instagram to work. As soon as it does, we'll go.
In the meantime, while we're waiting for Instagram, we can talk about how Retha has some more kids activities planned coming up. And her next live is going to be Monday at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time. But in the meantime, she says you can look on the blog. I think she said later today. I don't have the paper. Where's the paper? What are you listening to right there? Oh. Anyway, she said that you can get on the blog and on social media pages, and she's going to have some different kids stuff, different kids things to do while everyone gets to hang out at home. Is it working? Not yet?
It's not working. It just keeps saying pause, poor connection. Looks like we're.
What if you disconnected from Wi-Fi and tried to use your...
I tried that. Just not working. Okay, well, I don't think Instagram's going to work. So I'm going to still put it up, and then if it ends up working, great. If not, then that's okay. But maybe comment on Instagram.
If you
Let them
can,
know to go
yeah,
to
if you
Facebook.
can go to Facebook or YouTube. Also, while we're waiting, I will just share that the music that I will be using, not all of the music, but most of the music I'm using during this kids yoga class, And also some of the meditation or breathing exercises come from Kira Wiley. And she has this great book called Breathe Like a Bear. She also has tons of fun music on Spotify or Apple Music. Those are the two that I use. So you'll see what we use today and kind of get an idea. But this book has 30 different like breathing and mindful exercises. So we'll be using some of those today.
Okay, so let me introduce you. So I'm Chris with Plant Therapy, and we know that a lot of people are quarantined or self-quarantining due to the virus. So we decided to do a kids yoga class. This is mostly focused on like really younger kids, maybe aged 2 to 10, something like that. There's lots of like animal moves and things like that. So if it's something that you enjoy, something that you're interested in, we could always do a class for adults or older kids as well. So I'm going to introduce you to my family. This is my wife Amanda. She is a certified yoga instructor. She normally teaches beginners hot yoga class twice a week, and then she also teaches regular hot yoga classes occasionally, but she's agreed to do this.
And I am certified in children's yoga also.
There you go.
There you
All
go.
right. So youngest over here is Jane. Can you say hi?
Hi.
This is Olivia.
Hi.
Chloe back here in the back, and Alexa, come here. She's staying behind the scenes, so I've got 4 daughters. I don't know if you can see. Hopefully we're on the screen, but anyways, this is Alexa. She's going to be behind the scenes looking at comments and things like that with me, see if we can answer any of your questions. And then our dog, Winnie, which is short for Winston Churchill. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for being here. This is going to be fun. We're going to do a kids yoga class like Chris said. And I'm going to, before we get started, I'm going to show you a quick few poses that we're going to do during a song. But I want to show them to you before we start moving through so you know what I'm asking when the song starts playing. So the song is going to tell us to stand up tall. We're going to reach up to the sky, and then Winnie, you're going to have to scooch. And then we're going to take our hands down, place them at the top of the mat, and our feet are going to hop back. And then we're going to put our tummies on the floor. We're going to look up to the sky. So we stretch our back when we look up to the sky. And then it'll say, and then downward facing dog. So for downward facing dog, we take our tailbone up towards the ceiling. And we just let our head hang. Our arms and legs are straight. And then it's going to have us hop our feet back up to our hands. And then we'll reach back up. And then we'll come to mountain pose. And mountain pose just means you're standing tall like a mountain. So that's going to be some of the moves we do during this song that we're going to play, and that's how we're going to start the class. So everyone can start by standing up and getting comfortable. If you don't have a yoga mat, that's okay. You can just be on some soft carpet, or if you're on a hard floor, you can be on a towel. And then comment if you're having a hard time hearing the music, and tell Chris, and he can tell me, and we can adjust it, or if it's too loud. So there's a few parts of this song where we're just going to have free movement. So when it's not telling us certain poses, we're just going to have free movement, which means you can move however you want. So maybe you want to dance, or just wiggle, or jump, or be silly, or maybe you just want to stand still or stretch. So free movement means you can move however you want. All right. So the beginning of the song is free movement. Just wiggling, getting all the wiggles out. Being creative. A little bit more free movement, maybe spinning. Okay, we can all get ready to start moving in poses. So stand up tall. Stretch up high, hang down low, tickle your toes, feet jump back, belly on the floor, look at the sun, downward dog, and then breathe. Feet are gonna jump up. And we're gonna tickle our toes again. Stretch up high. Mountain pose. Stretch up high again. Tickle your toes. Feet jump back. Belly on the floor. Look at the sun. Now downward dog. And breathe. Feet jump up. Tickle your toes. Stretch up high. Mountain pose. Now free movement again. Yep. I can do it. Good job, everyone. Okay, you can sit down now. We're gonna find a comfortable seat. So sitting on your bum, you can have your feet bent up like this, or if you're more comfortable, your feet can go out straight. You can put your feet together like butterfly. I like to sit like this. Okay. And we're gonna talk about what yesterday was. So if any of you know, yesterday was the first day of spring. So yesterday I was talking with Olivia and Jane. Jane's busy finding something under the couch. We were talking about what do we think of when we think of spring. And Olivia, do you want to tell them what you said you thought of when we think of spring?
Blooming.
Flowers blooming. So do you guys think of flowers blooming when you think of spring? That was one of the first things I thought of too. Because it starts warming up and there's lots of rain and the flowers poke through the ground. So I want everyone to close your eyes. That's okay, come sit down. Everyone close your eyes, and I want you to imagine a beautiful flower. So it can be any flower you want. It can be your favorite flower, or maybe even you can make up a flower. It doesn't even have to be a real flower. Just close your eyes and think of a beautiful flower. What color is it? How many petals does it have? Are the petals big? Are the petals small? Thinking of this flower, then you can open your eyes and we're gonna draw this flower, pretend to draw this flower right in front of us in the air. So we're gonna draw the petals. Use your little fingers and we're gonna draw this flower. Maybe it has big petals or maybe it has teeny tiny petals. What does your flower look like? Imagine what color it is. And we're just gonna draw this flower right in front of us. Make sure you draw a stem because we're gonna hold on to this flower. So after you've drawn your flower stem, we're just gonna grab onto the flower. And we're going to smell this flower. But before we smell it, you have to know that the flower you're holding is the yummiest smelling flower that has ever existed. So when you smell it, we're gonna take a really, really, really deep smell because this flower smells so good. So put the flower up to your nose and we're gonna smell it really strong. And then let it out. Maybe you close your eyes if that helps you imagine the flower more, or your eyes can be open. We're gonna keep smelling the flower. We're gonna smell it a few times. So this time when you smell the flower, I want you to pretend like your belly is a balloon. And notice that when you smell the flower, your tummy fills up with air. So deep breathe. Make sure that you notice your belly's filling up with air and then let it out. Good. Okay, we're gonna smell the flower again. Notice your tummy filling up with air, really expanding your ribs. When you breathe in, your lungs are gonna fill with air. I hope your flower smells as good as my flower. It's smelling really yummy over here. Let's do one more big smell. Can you show us, Jane, how to smell really big? Good. Good job, guys. Okay, we can put our flowers down. We can save those for later. Now, when we're thinking about spring and we're thinking about flowers and gardens and rain and all the things that happen in spring, there's an animal that starts coming out. And this animal is a little bit slippery and sneaky, and it likes to slither between the flowers and in the grass. Olivia, what animal? A snake! So, Jane.
And a snail.
And a snail. Yep, that's true. Snails like to slither in the flower beds too, huh? So we are going to breathe like snakes too.
And worms.
Yeah, and worms. But first, I want you to pretend like you're putting a straw in your mouth. So pick up a straw and put it in your mouth. And you're gonna make a little circle with your lips, like this. And that's how we're gonna breathe in through the straw, big deep breaths, and then we're gonna breathe out like a snake, okay? So everyone put the straw in your mouth, and we're gonna take a deep breath. And then we're gonna breathe out like a snake. Big, long, deep breaths. Sit up tall, everyone. We're gonna try to get the top of our head closer to the ceiling while we breathe like a snake, okay? So sitting up really tall, we're gonna put the straw back in our mouth, and we're gonna make our lips like a circle, and we're gonna breathe in. Really deep breath, and then breathe out like a snake. I hope my snake breathing in the microphone isn't too loud. Okay, we're making a straw again, and we're gonna take a breathe in again. Ready? And breathe out like a snake. Okay, one more snake breath. Ready? Straw lips. Good job, Jane. How's Chloe doing? And snake breath. Good job. Okay, now maybe your body's starting to feel warmer. Hopefully we all have a little more oxygen running through our blood. Maybe your body's starting to feel kind of tingly. Just notice for a minute how your body feels. Maybe close your eyes. Do you feel a little bit different than you did when we started? Taking deep breaths like that can help us bring in more oxygen into our brain and can help us feel more calm or less stress. Maybe you're feeling bored or frustrated, and it can help to calm all of that down and just help us feel relaxed. But it can also, if we notice and we pay attention to how our body feels, we can feel that oxygen in the tips of our fingers, we can feel it in the tips of our toes, and we just feel a little bit different when we take deep breaths like that. It's really good for us. So even if you're not doing yoga with me today, at home, you can sit and take those deep breaths, and it feels really good in our body. Okay, so the next part we're gonna do, we're gonna team up as partners. So if you have a brother or sister or mom or dad close by, grab them and just say, hey, you get to do this part with me because I need a partner. So even if they're not doing the rest of the yoga class, they can do this part and help you out, okay? So everyone get a partner. Yep, you two come right there. Chloe, you can come be my partner. And we don't need the music to be so loud this time. One of you is gonna be a seed. So the first person's gonna be a seed, and we're gonna help this seed grow up to be a big, tall flower or a big, tall tree. So Chloe, why don't you be the seed first? So the seed's gonna get into a little ball, and then their partner is gonna help them by, what do seeds need to grow in the spring? They need water, don't they? Chris and Alexa, are you gonna join us?
I'm gonna be partners with you.
Okay, one of you be a seed, and one of you is gonna help them grow. Okay, so the first thing a seed needs is water. So you're gonna take your fingers, and you're gonna do water drops all over the seed's back. Lots of little water drops, water, water, water. Lots of rain happening on the seed. Lots and lots of rain, little water drops. And once you have enough water drops, we're gonna flatten our hands like this and we're gonna swish the water around. Swish, swish, swish. Wanna make sure it gets in all of the seeds so it's nice and watered. When you have that all ready, the seed's gonna stay down, but the other person's gonna stand up tall and they're gonna be the sunshine. So the seed needs the sunshine to grow. The sun is here now, Chloe, you can grow. And the seed can grow to be anything they want to be. Good. Ooh, that's a beautiful tree, girls. What are you growing to be, Chris? Are you a flower? Chris is a flower. Good job. Okay, so once you've grown your plant all the way tall, we're gonna switch places. So the other person becomes a seed, and if you're taking longer than us, that's okay. You can just meet us up back wherever we are when you're done. So now I'm gonna be a seed, and Chloe, what are you gonna do? Lots of drops of water. Good job. What does the seed need after water? Lots of swishing, swishing the water around. Okay, now I think the seed needs some sunshine. And the seed gets to grow up. Into any plant that they want to be. Good planting. Good job, everyone. You're a beautiful flower, Lexa. You got to grow up big. Okay, nice job, everyone. You're gonna stay with your partners for a little bit longer. We're gonna do a little bit of stretching with our partners. So if you don't have a partner for this, you can stretch without a partner, but Chloe, let's face this way so they can see a side angle. So your back is gonna come up against my back. Will you scoot that way a little bit so our feet don't, or that way, that works. Okay, Chloe, let's scoot this way a little bit. Okay, so you're gonna go back to back with your partner. And then you can either grab onto each other's arms, but you don't have to if you wanna just sit back to back. And you can choose which way you want your legs to be. Maybe you wanna stretch with your legs out like this, or you can put your feet together and you can become a butterfly. Lexa, you'll have to put your legs either flat or your feet together like a butterfly. You can even flap your legs for a minute if you want. So choose which way you want and you can take turns and do either way because we're gonna stretch a little bit. So the first time, Chloe, you push against me and I'm gonna stretch over my legs while Chloe lays on top of my back. And I just breathe. And now I'm gonna sit up and I'm gonna lay over. Good. Sit up. We're both gonna sit up and I'm gonna change my feet, but you don't have to change your feet. I just wanna do two different kinds of stretches. So I'm gonna put my feet together like a butterfly and then Chloe's gonna lean on me. And I'm gonna stretch while I breathe. And I'm gonna let Chloe stretch while she breathes. Good job. Are you getting a good stretch, girls? Yes, you're being silly stretchers. Okay, that's it. We can be done with our partners and you can go back to your spot, wherever your spot is, maybe on a mat. Thank you, Olivia. Okay. Now, the next thing when we were talking yesterday that we talked about, let's keep the mat flat, okay? That we talked about when we were thinking about spring. One of the things that starts happening in spring is a lot more color starts coming, doesn't it? During the winter, sometimes everything is a little bit brown and boring or gray unless it's snowy and then it's white, but there's not as much color. So we don't have as many flowers or green trees. Yep, you're gonna tell me about this in a minute, okay? Okay, so we're going to do a little color activity. So again, we're gonna all get into a comfortable position, sitting down. Sitting down. Legs can be crisscrossed, or you can put your feet together like a butterfly again, or they can be straight out like Jane's. So however you are most comfortable, we're gonna sit up tall again, stretching the top of our head towards the ceiling, sitting up really tall, okay? And then I'm gonna play this song about colors while we close our eyes. And this little activity is in this book I was telling you about. It's called Your Favorite Color. So we're gonna do that little activity. So closing our eyes. And then I want you to imagine a color that you love to look at. So thinking of a color you love to look at, maybe it's orange, maybe it's green, maybe it's pink, maybe it's blue or yellow. Jane's is gonna be pink. Livy, what color are you gonna think about?
Light blue.
A light blue. Chloe, what color are you gonna think about? Light what? Light pink. Okay, and I'm gonna think about green. So eyes are closed. Are your eyes closed? Are you thinking about the color? Now we're gonna imagine that that color is a little ball inside of our body. So maybe the color is a ball in your tummy, or maybe the color is a ball by your heart, or it could be a ball up by your eyes. But we're just gonna imagine this ball of color inside of our bodies. Are you imagining that color? And then we're gonna take a deep breath in. And as we breathe in, that color is gonna grow and that ball is gonna get bigger. So everyone take a deep breath. Okay, now that ball, wherever it is in your body, it's getting bigger as you take a deep breath in. Then you can breathe out. We're gonna do it again, a deep breath, and the color is gonna keep growing. Now I want you to imagine that the color is filling your whole body. So whatever color you're using, mine is green. I'm imagining that my whole body is green now. So when I take that deep breath, the color keeps getting bigger. I'm gonna breathe out. And I'm gonna take another deep breath. This time the color is gonna come outside of my body. So now the color is getting bigger than my body, and the stuff in this room, in my imagination, is starting to turn green. So take another deep breath. And now I'm imagining everything around me is green. Even Olivia and Jane are green, and Chloe's green behind me. My couch is green, my mat is green. As I keep taking breaths, my color gets bigger and bigger. And then I exhale, and I'm gonna let the color go back to a little tiny ball inside of me. You can open your eyes now. Good job. When we were talking about colors yesterday, it made us think about rainbows. So we're gonna make a rainbow. Do you wanna make a rainbow, Jane? So all those colors that we were all just thinking of, I'm sure there were lots of colors in the rainbow. So let's put our hands down here on the sides. Can you put your hands down here? Can you put your hands down here? No, Livy doesn't wanna put her hands down here. But everyone else, put your hands down here. And then we're gonna make a rainbow by swiping up and over us, just like if there was a rainbow over us, and we're gonna lean this way. Can you lean that way? There you go, so we don't run into each other. So we're gonna be stretching at the same time as making a rainbow. So reaching up and then switching arms. That arm's gonna come up and over the top of us, making a rainbow above us, and then we stretch on this side. Are you stretching, Jane? Jane has rainbows on her pants. All right, then we're lifting up. We're gonna bring this hand up, yep, and we're gonna rainbow above our head, all the while imagining a rainbow above us. Can you see the colors? Then we're gonna switch sides. We're reaching the arm up and over, making a rainbow while you stretch. Let's do one more rainbow, reaching up and over, getting a nice stretch. Last one on this side, and then we're gonna be all done with this rainbow, reaching, imagining a rainbow, and then we can come back and sit still. Good job. Okay, let me get this. Okay, so now I was thinking that little kids love to play. Don't you love to play? You love to play outside and run around and playing on the playground. You love to play with friends and toys and play games, right? Always wiggling and being crazy and fun. So I was gonna see how good you kids could be at holding still. Do you think you can hold still? Okay, so I want everybody to lie down on their back. I'm not gonna lie on my back, but I want everyone else to lie on your back and just get really comfortable. Now I want you to close your eyes and I want you to hold still like a statue. So see if you can lay still without moving at all. No wiggling. In a minute, okay. You need this fixed. Okay, sit up for a second. Okay, so everybody's holding really still like a statue. See if you can not wiggle your toes. Don't wiggle your legs. Don't wiggle your hands. Close your eyes and just breathe. Keep your eyes closed, no peeking, no wiggling. We're gonna try to hold still like a statue for 1 minute. Do you think you guys can do it? Keep your eyes closed and breathe. Maybe you can think of that color again. Holding really still like a statue for just a little bit longer. Try not to wiggle. Are you doing a good job holding still? We're almost done. Are you keeping your eyes closed? It's really hard to hold still, huh? It's really good for your mind, though, to hold still like this just for a little bit sometimes. Okay, now before we start wiggling, we're gonna start just a little bit at a time. So first, I want you to wiggle only the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Everything else stays holding still. Your eyes stay closed. Wiggling just the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Livia, are your eyes closed? Fingers and toes, good job, you guys. Now you can start wiggling your arms and legs, but trying to hold the rest of your body still. Just little wiggles. Okay, you're doing good. And then maybe little wiggles, Livy. And then maybe you can start moving your head back and forth just a little bit. Maybe we can pretend like we're a bear and winter's over and it's spring and we're just waking up out of a long hibernation. So slowly you can sit up. You can open your eyes and maybe do a little bit of stretching. You guys did a good job holding still. That was really hard. Now, we're gonna make one last rainbow before we finish class. So hands are gonna go on both sides of us. And we're gonna take a deep breath in while we bring the hands up and over the top in the shape of a rainbow. Our palms are gonna come together. And then we're gonna bring our hands down and set them right here on our heart. Good job. Good job, Jane. We're gonna take another deep breath and think of something that we're grateful for today. Maybe you're grateful that you got to do yoga. Maybe you're having lots of fun spending extra time at home with your family and you're grateful for that. Or you're grateful to be healthy. Let's think of something we're grateful for. If you want, you can close your eyes. Good job, everyone. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me and these girls in this fun yoga class. And hopefully we get to do it again. Namaste.
Namaste.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks everybody for joining us. I just want to remind you that we will be doing more DIYs for kids coming up. Hopefully that you find that beneficial while you're home with your kids. So the next live will be Monday at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time with Retha doing a DIY, some craft, I think, for kids. So thanks, Amanda, for teaching the yoga class, and
Thanks, you guys.
little girls for joining. Thank you. See ya.